we kept on reiterating since yesterday, Kirk, if the Formosa Dreamers get a victory today against the defending champions, they will only close the gap. They will close the gap to only 1 game behind that #1 spot.
Yeah, you're right, Martin. And one thing that Alab has to focus on is all 4 of their losses have been on the road. So they know that they can be beaten, especially when they leave their home country and their home fans. And even though they have some home fans here today in this arena, they are playing against a Dreamers team who does very well here in this building in Changwon.
San Miguel Alab Pilipinas undefeated at home, 12-0, although on the road, like you mentioned, it is a different story. They are at 6-4. As we take a look at the players who will start from both sides, and Formosa Dreamers sticking to the same 5 they had yesterday with Lee Shui Lin manning the point. On the other side, this is a completely different starting unit for Coach Jimmy Alapag to fill in for those holes left by the 4 players. Prince Rivero will be at the starting unit. Josh Orbistondo will be manning the 2 guard here, and Alvano and Parks at the 3 and 4.
And you know, that's the fun thing about basketball. You never know who might step up, and all these guys got to be ready. It might be their turn to have their big day and take their big shot.
That's right. And ball is up. Game is underway. Formosa Dreamers will have the first crack at the basket here. It's going to be Bobby Ray Parks working against Malcolm Miller here. First shot does not count, does not work for Malcolm Miller. Here comes Alvano. He will be key here offensively for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. The cross-court pass to Orbistondo. Parks to PJ. They got to get him involved offensively. PJ misses. That's a rebound for Glass.
Yeah, good movement. PJ's down there, and he's posted up. I like to see that. He shot 3 3-pointers last game, so he hasn't been relying on it too much lately, but it is fun to see him get closer to the basket instead of relying on that perimeter jump shot too much.
Second Glass missing on the shot. Josh Orbistondo stopping, giving it to Parks on the cross-court pass. Parks on the sidestep, and Parks opens the scoring in this ball game.
And Parks, you know, I'm very familiar with Parks, having to guard him a lot in my university days, and he always has that mindset to stay aggressive offensively, and he has that score mentality.
And you were also teammates with him for a while.
That's right.
You've seen him growing offensively and defensively as well. And this is going to be the first personal on Bobby Ray Parks Jr. as he was trying to stop Malcolm Miller in that sequence. This is the last basket by Parks, running into a double team there against Miller and Artino. Didn't matter. Reigning local MVP, back-to-back, able to score for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And Malcolm Miller yesterday against the Wolf Warriors, another game, he was able to flirt with a triple-double. Miller yesterday had 6 rebounds and 9 assists for the Formosa Dreamers to add to that 24 points he had.
Yeah, it was a great showing. You know, he does it so well from the 3-point line, and it's a good job by Malcolm Miller today to start with attacking the basket. You know, don't just rely on that 3-point shot. Put pressure on that Alab defense as well.
And this is the first turnover for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, one of the biggest problems they had when they went here last January 13. 25 turnovers for Alab Pilipinas as a team that were converted to a lot of baskets by the Formosa Dreamers. This is Kevin Glass, puts it on the floor, and they give the ball back to the Redshirts.
Yeah, just miscommunication on there. Glass thought that Kenny Chin was going to stay in the corner, popped out. They don't make too many of those mistakes. That's one of the things about this Dreamers team. They're very disciplined and handle the ball very well.
San Miguel Alab Pilipinas on the attack. Parks making the lone basket for Alab so far. Orbistondo missing on the triple try. That's PJ Ramos getting fouled on the rebound play by Will Artino.
And this will be the big difference from yesterday's game and today is, you know, the team that the Dreamers played yesterday did not have a presence like Ramos down low. And so they're going to have that effort early and constantly throughout the game to stop PJ Ramos from those offensive rebounds.
And Josh Orbistondo On the other side, off the steal by Alvano. And Urbistondo, the fireball, is able to score.
Yeah, the fireball with that veteran move. He's not going to fly over anyone in that fast break, but smart use of the pump fake. Gets the defender up in the air, and then he knows how to finish.
Let's see how Formosa will counter. Miller with a slam.
A slam and a scream. And the crowd loving that. And these two teams starting right off where they left off a month ago here in that classic game. And the energy in this building, it's already a playoff atmosphere.
Right. That was a very eventful game we played last January 13. PJ Ramos missing from the outside. Here comes Malcolm Miller. The hop step, left-handed scoop, no good. But he will head to the line for 2 shots.
And that will be interesting to see if that was on Rivero or on Parks.
If that's on Parks, that will be his second. Here's Glass with a slam earlier. And emotions are high early here. As again, these two teams, number 1 versus number 2, play out this important game in the elimination round. Malcolm Miller converting on the first.
And one thing you also have to remember from that January game between these two teams, Alab pretty much played with 1 world import in that game too, because PJ Ramos had to exit the game in the first half due to being thrown out. So Bachman had to be the main guy in that last outing, and today it's going to be PJ Ramos's turn to try to help his team get to a victory over the home team.
That is absolutely correct, but PJ couldn't catch the pass there. Good deflection from behind from the Dreamers. Malcolm Miller puts it on the deck. Good dish. Artino with a finish.
And that's the chemistry that these teams have. Malcolm Miller recognized PJ Ramos, came over and helped, and did a great job dishing it off. And they always seem to be pretty comfortable knowing where they are going to be at on the floor.
And on the other side, that's a hard foul given up by PJ Ramos. Ooh. Things getting chippy early here. Josh Urbistondo and Kevin Glass getting into it.
Yeah, there's some contact first between Ramos and Glass, and Glass is trying to make his way to the free throw line. And of course, you can't go just through Urbistondo, but you know there was more than 1 bump on that play, and that's what I think we'll see a lot of that the next 40 minutes. It's not just a physical game of basketball, but you know they're trying to play that mental game as well with each other a little bit of who's going to be the big brother out here.
And we're not even halfway done the first quarter here, Kirk. Take a look at the replay here. That's a push on PJ Ramos. Kevin Glass driving in that sequence. And right after that, PJ Ramos bumping him again. Glass, though, missing on the first early 3-point lead here. That was the first bump by PJ. And then the push by Josh Urbistondo. The ever so slight push by Josh there.
Oh, boys will be boys. They're just out here having fun.
8-4. That is the count so far. Ray on the cross. Feeding Ramos inside. PJ bothered. PJ gets it back. PJ puts it up and in.
Man, I cannot imagine, you know, PJ Ramos, he gets bumped, he gets pushed a little bit, and it doesn't look like a foul because he's so physically strong.
Yeah.
If some of those little pushes, I'd be, you know, on my back rolling 20 feet away, but PJ Ramos just takes it with stride.
And he's just a strong player as they call another foul here against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. It will be called on Prince Rivero. So if it's on Prince, that will be number 2 on him because the foul was also called on him earlier. So Rivero will go to the bench of Alab, replaced by J.R. Alabanza on the floor. Under 6 remaining. The inbound by the Formosa Dreamers. Kenny Chen takes it out. Miller fires. That rims out for Miller. The outlet. Parks couldn't get the catch. And that's usually Balkman on the receiving end of that Hail Mary pass by PJ Ramos, but that time Parks could not track the ball down.
Yeah, Parks, great athlete also, but not quite as long hands, or long arms, not quite as big a hands to corral that one in as Parks maybe. I think Balkman could have also been a wide receiver in the National Football League if he had wanted to be.
That's correct. Kenny Chen, ooh. Bothered by a lot of guys underneath. Alvano. Urbistondo for three. Knocks it down.
And what's big there is look at Ramos. He only had to go like 5 steps that time. He's conserving his energy. If his teammates can go get that fast break opportunity, he knows he needs to be in there as much as possible, and he's just going to take a little rest, a little breather.
Alab setting up their offense quickly there. And that's going to be a foul. Another one on San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
And that will be penalty already. So for the next 5 minutes of the first quarter, the Dreamers will be heading to the line with each Alab Pilipinas foul.
And you also love the action for the Formosa Dreamers. They've kept on attacking the defense of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas here. Li Shui Lin, the hero of their last encounter with Alab with that go-ahead basket. He had 7 points in total in that game, 5 coming from the last minute, including that game winner.
Yep, and that was a good job by Coach Dean Murray to put it in his hands, because he knew if Li Shui Lin wasn't open for that shot, he would have found the right teammate. Makes the smart move.
And Bobby Ray Parks Jr. getting his second basket off the ball game. It is 11-10. Lead is back with the defending champions. Malcolm. Glass. Oh, the crossover. The step back on Alabanza. That's good. Nothing but net for Tevin Glass.
Pretty move. Just had Alabanza out there a little bit on skates, going one direction and the other, and that's one of the strengths of Tevin Glass. He doesn't look super shifty or fast, but he has great ball handles for his size and is often able to take other slower defenders off the dribble.
That's a very good mid-range jump shot as well, as Parks rims out that three-pointer. Here's Ethan attacking Lee. Ethan breaks away.
Yeah, great job by Ethan, and he's had that mindset since early on. He knows some of his teammates are missing today, and he's going to stay aggressive on offense.
And we continue to trade baskets here as Li Shui Lin drops in that triple. 15-13 for the Dreamers. PJ tried to get it back, doesn't shoot the free. Urbistondo fires and drops it in.
I mean, how blessed are you when you're 7'3" center, can do a pump fake, take 2 dribbles into the lane, and then see the shooter spotting up. And that's just a special gift that PJ Ramos has and what makes him such a tough guard.
Getting a lot of attention of the defense. Ooh, that's going to be last touch on Urbistondo according to our referee. So it will be Formosa basketball after this timeout. 1 point lead by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. The count is 16-15 for the visiting squad. 16-15 lead for the visiting San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, and it has been the Fireball leading the way for the defending champions with 8 points here in the first quarter. Third year here in the ABL. In his first year, he played for the Singapore Slingers and has spent the last 2 years with the defending champions. And you know he's just gonna step up. This is a veteran, Josh Urbistondo, that can step up at any point of the season if his number is called. That's a miss for Will Artino.
And PJ Ramos is gonna continue to give some space in between him and Will Artino until Will can prove that he can knock that down. Because PJ Ramos doesn't want to come 30 feet from the basket. He's really their only main rim protector, main rebounder. So, you know, Will Artino has some empty space there, but if Artino doesn't knock him down soon, then he's going to have to revert to maybe attacking the basket and trying to get by Ramos with the dribble.
And yesterday, Will Artino actually had most of his baskets from inside the painted area. Alabanza could not get it on the catch. Fumbles it out, and a turnover for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Formosa Dreamers with possession here. Chen Xinyan has entered the ball game. Chen, a couple of crossovers. The pull-up jumper is good.
Yeah, and he's one of my favorite players in the ABL to watch. Just his composure, it's similar to Tucker, and he might not have the physical ability that Tucker does from Macau Black Bears, but he just has that calmness about him that I like.
That's a former national team player, Chen Xinyan, but the basket rather, is answered right back by Ethan Alvano off that teardrop. So it's 18-17. We continue to trade baskets, create jabs here in the first quarter. 2:12 remaining. Here is Cheng Wei against Ethan. He shoots over Albano. That was too strong, and that's going to be a push on Malcolm Miller as he was trying to get position against Bobby Ray Parks. Miller called for the foul. That will be his first. Here's the basket earlier by Chen Xinyan off the screen, able to drop her in from mid-range. Pau Havilona in the ball game now, replacing the fireball Josh Urbistondo. Ethan Alvano bringing it downhill. They go to PJ Ramos against Tian Lei. Ramos with a slight bump, no good. Alabanza could not get to it. Dreamers get the rebound. Malcolm Miller on the move. Miller back outside to Chen Xinyan. Chen fires again. No good. Alabanza with a board. Alvano accelerating. Havilona. They will reset their offense here with a lot of time to work with. Alvano cross court. Havilona knocks down the triple.
That's big. When you're missing guys like Alab is out of their starting rotation, it's important that these younger guys that come in and fill these roles, if they can make their first shot like Havilona did, that just gives them the confidence that, hey, yeah, I belong in here. You know, it's my turn to step up for my team, and that's a good job by Havilona to be ready for that catch-and-shoot cross-court pass.
This is the last basket by Pau Havilona, nailing the corner triple there. And a foul called on him on the other end as Chen Xinyan makes the first free throw. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, well, they've been in the penalty for a while now, ever since the halfway mark of this first quarter. And Chen Xinyan is able to take advantage, making it a two-point game, or cutting it to a two-point game again. Havilona surveys. He's got Chen Xinyan on him. Parks hasn't rested here in the first quarter. Alvano from straight away. Alvano knocks it down.
That's big. And Alvano is out here just with his teammates, getting those shots up before the game. They're capable of knocking them down.
And that's a foul in the finish. Coming from Tevin Glass. Foul called against J.R. Alabanza. And Tevin will head to the line for a bonus, trying to negate the triple. On the other end by Alab. Look at that shot by Tevin Glass. Just a crafty finisher.
Man, I'm still praising one shot on one side, Martin. And I'm sorry, I mean, it just takes the Dreamers 3 or 4 seconds. They get that outlet pass. Even after a made basket, you cannot relax against the Dreamers team because they love to push the ball and try to score before the defense can set up. So that's my fault. I'll do a better job of speaking faster.
No problem, Kurt. No problem. You can call it however way you want, but we got to play on the other end. That was a denial, and Parks will trigger it in. Pau Havilona. Alvano on the catch. 9 seconds to shoot for Alab. Alvano going to Havilona. Havilona driving. Ooh! Sneaking his way to the hoop. What a move.
Yeah, Havilona, just one of those shifty, smart guards. Played at National University in the Philippines, and he was a scorer, and his team in college needed him to score a lot, so he has that mentality to stay aggressive.
Yeah. Miller fires, and again, Formosa Dreamers still struggling from three-point range. The heave by PJ does not work, and at the end of a very entertaining first 10 minutes of play right here inside Changi County Stadium, it is the visiting San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with a 4-point lead, 26-22.